So friends, that is section 7, subsection 1, clause A. Moving forward, let me ask you one question, guys. Let's imagine a situation where, let's say, one student is there, sitting idle at home, getting bored, relaxed, don't know what to do, totally confused. Now suddenly what has happened? He just started opening Amazon Prime, Netflix, YouTube, trying to search different videos so that he will relax for some time, watch some comedy videos and relax. Now what has happened? Incidentally, while going through YouTube, he ended up seeing one English web series which was very interesting, which they have shown only a sample piece, just a 2-minute shot was shown. But after that, to see the complete video, they need to make a payment. Only when you pay, you can see the complete video. Now, the person who is actually showing that English web series, who is actually situated outside India, and you are sitting in India, and you want to watch that video, by making that payment, you want to see that English complete web series. Now let me tell you, under this concept of supply, we have a concept called section 7, subsection 1, clause B, which clearly says import of services for a consideration, whether or not in the course or furtherance of business, it is still called as supply. That is why I gave you an example where you imported actually for your personal use. You didn't import your English web series for some business purpose nor for some professional purpose. You actually imported for your personal use, but still that transaction is called as supply. Now you might get it out. Say, being an individual, being a CS student, a normal man, I just paid some money to watch a video. If that also asks me to pay GST, how can I pay GST, sir? That question might come. But let me tell you, we have some concept of exemption list, which talks about exemption given to certain individuals. That we'll talk slightly later. Now the primary purpose is to understand the concept whether a transaction is supply or not. So when you import some services for a consideration, whether it is for personal use or it is for business use, it is still called as supply. Now, take an example. Shivateja, a chartered accountant. I want to construct a beautiful office. Let's say I want to set up an office in India. I want to set up a wonderful office, and I got to know there is one person called Mr. Donald Trump. He is one top interior designer, and I want to set up an office in India. So I contacted Donald Trump of US and requested him if he could give some wonderful design to my office. Now tell me guys, what did I actually do? Import services. Did I pay a price? Definitely I'm going to pay. He's not going to give anything free to me. So it's like import of service for a consideration. For what use did I import? For my business use. And in my previous example, a CS student has downloaded a video for what purpose? Personal purpose. So whether it is personal use or it is business use, in both cases we'll end up calling it as supply. But this concept of personal use or business use, both cases we call it as supply, will come only in case of import of services for a consideration, whether or not in the course or furtherance of business. This concept is dealt by section 7, subsection 1, clause B. So friends, as I told you some time back, we have section 7, 1, clause A, 7, 1, clause B, 7, 1, clause C. We discussed what is 7, 1, clause A. We discussed what is 7, 1, clause B. We'll now move to 7, 1, clause C.